Hey sis, it's time to prioritize you. You know, we live in a world where, especially us as women, we're always taking care of other people. You know, we're always working and trying to develop our professional lives and working on other people. But one of the most important people in your life is you. And one of the things that we don't do enough sometimes is set aside a time and a space to care for ourselves. You know, in order to give to other people, you can't pour from an empty cup. You've got to make sure that you're refreshed. And part of that refreshing means that you need to set a time, some non negotiable time to really, really pour back into your own life. You know, this is important. A lot of times we hear about self care and a soft girl life, and we think that means going out and buying a whole bunch of stuff. But stuff has nothing to do with your health or your mental well being. Self care is the key to unlocking a healthier, more fulfilled life. So I want you to make sure that as you do these journal entries, you really, really become reflective about your own self experience, right? You know, we want to make sure that we also use some strategies to help us manage our time. You know, as a working woman myself, in addition to being an entrepreneur, a writer, a college educator and administrator, a lot of times all these hats can be very, very draining. But one of the things that I'm always adamant about is setting aside that time for myself, setting aside that time, especially with the creator who created me, so that God can pour back into me those things that I've given out during the day. You know, so you want to make sure that you're setting aside that time. And sometimes that means that you may seem selfish to other people, because you're going to have to learn how to say no to some people and some things, you know, that take away from you, because you've got to pour back into yourself. So this book about blooming is not just about writing down affirmations, but it really is about developing and transforming your life into the beautiful, balanced masterpiece that God meant for you to have. You know, one of my favorite scriptures says, "Beloved, above all things, it is my desire that you prosper and be in health as your soul prospers." Well, how do we develop soul prosperity? How do we become greater and do great things for the kingdom if we're depleted? It's not possible. So set aside that time to write, to take care of you, to take that long bath, to go on that long walk, to turn off the phone, whatever it is that you've got to do to replenish. You want to make sure that you do it. But above all things, you want to make sure that you set aside time to spend with God.